We got a problem in this culture, man. We got a problem in this culture. We live in an offended world. And I said it. I said it years ago. When I started saying it, it was cause and effect. I said insecurity runs the world. That is so true. But once I started saying that, all of a sudden, the narcissist became popular. The overinflated sense of self. When the underinflated sense of self is the one running the world. I promise. And the problem is people go off social media, so now we have all these triggers and these catchwords, but people will label you but don't know how to deal with it. See, then you get the people that are older, 40. I grew up in the roast era. So you can't just call me something and then that's it. Or you're a narcissist, or you're a insecure, or you're this, or you're that, or you're a dusty, or you're a yo. What? That's just the beginning of the conversation. Oh, you saying now that that's just getting the roast session started. But now the world's so different that everything is shaming and everything is this and that and the third. Um, but people would just put a label on you and then that's the end of it. But they don't know how to deal with it. But this is why we have so many suicide rates and things of that nature. Because once everybody lives through social media now, so once you can't delete or block or unfollow a situation, you might not know how to deal with it, and people aren't teaching their kids how to deal with stuff either, because everybody's so sheltered and coddled in this generation. You become labeled, and then that's the end of it, and it's weak. You know what I'm saying? Especially when people don't even be knowing the stuff that they disagree about. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, especially when it comes to politics, a lot of people don't even know politics. And just to go with whatever sounds or whatever like somebody tells them they supposed to go. Man, come on, man. Y'all know that. But this is the culture that we live in. Once somebody says you're this, or you're homophobic, or you're transphobic, okay, now deal with it though. You know what I'm saying? People don't know how to deal with stuff. This thing that I'm watching with Kanye, like, this is an uncomfortable conversation, man. If you soft, just cut the video off. But none of this is a lie. Like, I'm not saying it because it's untrue. I'm just saying it because it's true. Kanye never said slavery was a choice. Let's dive into what he actually said, because this is gonna be uncomfortable. If you soft, just cut the video off. Just go ahead. It's okay. He says slavery for 400 years sounds like a choice to me. He says sounds like a choice to me. He can't. Does he get an opinion? It's him. Now, why is that important? Because he's militant. He's different. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's a different type of person. Let's be real. Let's be real about this situation. When Harriet Tubman was freeing slaves, it was people staying on the plantation. Like, let's be real about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, why are we so mad about that when it's like, he never said slavery was a choice. He didn't say, and then people keep bringing up like Atlantic slave trade. No. Don't bring up coming. Bring up staying. It's uncomfortable. It really is. But it's not something to get mad at somebody over fulfilling, because this is why, like, other countries hate American black people, because, like, Haiti have your Toussaint Louvertures and your Jean-Jacques Dessalines, who started the biggest revolution in slave history. Like, we have Nat Turner, you know what I'm saying, respectfully, but it's not the same thing. It's like they led a revolution. They got something, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's different. Everybody has a different perspective on, and this is what I'm saying. Hold on. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this too, because this is uncomfortable and people just don't want to hear this anyway. But it's all the truth. I'm not lying to you. I don't think we've ever seen a slave movie that actually depicted real slave life. Like go read, listen to however you can get a hold of it. Frederick Douglass's um 4th of July speech. I've never seen those people that he's talking about in any movie. Um, if you listen, if you he said, I ain't quoted, I don't got it wrote down or nothing, but he talked about doctors and lawyers and different things, and we know that it was like 50% of the people were free. I want to see about them. And this is two important factors in life that we've never seen in a slave movie. Get to them in a second. But it's like I want to see about the people who were living free, and I want to see money exchanged. We know people were paying for their freedom. I want to see someone do it. I want to see it. And like Frederick Douglass talked about going to saloons and drinking on the weekends, and then if you didn't drink, you were looked at as ungrateful. Where y'all think going to the club on the weekends came from? Like it's crazy when you see Frederick Douglass write that, and it's like, damn, we still club on the weekends, right? People don't want to talk about this shit, but the point that I'm trying to make is, we never seen anybody stack their money up. First of all, we wouldn't want to see people even getting the money, because then it's like it was a job. But we know people were paying for their freedom. So I want to see it. I'm going to bring up another book I read, Incidents of a Slave Girl. It's the name of the book. Her grandmother she sold pies and like baked goods to the community, and her daddy was like a blacksmith or like a something welder or something like that, to where he traveled around, and they had their own house, but they were slaves. You know what I'm saying? So like, we never seen nothing like that. We never seen no money. We never seen people getting money. We never seen anybody stacking up their paper and then paying for their freedom and then living free. We never seen no shit like that. And we also never seen, once again, Frederick Douglass and others talked about the slop and things of that nature. We never seen the vegetarians. He talked about it, about the people who didn't eat that stuff. Just like now. You know what I'm saying? So we never seen that. Why did I bring up those two things? Because those are discipline issues that our culture have now. Money issues, health issues. But there were disciplined people even back then. We've just never seen them. We've seen everything else though. We've seen the trauma, but we never seen the people that Frederick Douglass was talking about. The ones that, never mind. I'm gonna just change the subject. So, people shouldn't be mad at EA about those comments. Like, because you don't even know, like, really what you're talking about. I don't even know, because we've never seen it. But if I listen to the people who were back then talk, they describe it a little bit different than what we've seen. And just knowing what you would know off yourself just as a person, I don't think you can operate off fear your entire life. Like, think about how you feel when you're scared. Like, that's like an adrenaline, like I can't even describe it, but you couldn't operate like that your entire life. Like, there's got to be some comfortability of you living. Never mind. I'm going to just change the subject. So, the thing about Kanye is this. People will say, oh, he's crazy. Man, that's too easy. That's just a label. Okay, he's crazy. Now what? And what? So that means anything he says just doesn't make no sense, and it's all, man, stop that. So, there's a few major factors that have led up to what we see from Kanye right now. And it's like kind of like the three major things in your life that will put you where he's at. Now, number one, and this is in no particular order. First of all, a man and his girl or his wife being played with and going through a relationship issue. Now, we could talk about Kardashian curse, whatever. Is it real? Is it fake? It seems to be real. I don't know. But when you play with a man's woman in public opinion and people just disrespecting you or even her disrespecting you, you know what I'm saying? It'll set a guy off. You understand what I'm saying? Now, issue number two. Your kids. When people try to play with you about your kids and you a real dad and they doing all this BS and it's in the media. And like he said, he was vocal about it. Nobody helped him. Everybody thought it was a joke. Like, yo, nah, this is not a joke. Like, the way he described it was kidnapping his kids in public. You know what I'm saying? And what could he do about it? You know what I'm saying? So, they played with his kids. Then they played with his money. Now you doing something. You poking a bear when you do either one of them three. But when you do all three of the three, you're creating a monster. Period. You've created a monster when you play with somebody's woman and act like it's all good and funny. You play with his kids and act like it's all good and funny. And then you play with his money and act like it's all good and funny. Oh, I'm going to show you what's not funny. I'm going to show you what's not good. You know what I'm saying? And now, see, it's funny because I just watched this podcast with the newest one he was on. Lewis, this guy. Interesting that this is people. See, look, and it's the label thing. See, he made a mistake by saying Jewish, just even saying that. He made a mistake because people get to be offended of things that don't have nothing to do with them. It happens all the time with a certain community. You just sitting at home minding your damn business, and then now you feel offended for someone else and act like you got to support just because you may be living whatever lifestyle. BS. The world is BS. It shouldn't be like that. So now anybody Jewish feels like it, but if no. If you ain't in the record labels controlling what's going, he was talking about specific people. Everybody knows what he was talking about. So you can't just be Jewish and get to sit at home and be offended. Why? Why are you wasting your time doing that? Doesn't make any sense to do. All these labels, all this offended stuff. No. Don't be offended. Understand where a person's coming from. The guy tried to deny him that black people are Jews. But let's get back to what I was saying. He was saying that there was no control in the media. So he's either just naive or he's just like some plant. He's green to the world if he doesn't understand that there is some control. But then you have like people that are like Jewish people in the media who may not have controlled it per se, but they've benefited from it. Like Howard Stern was mad. He's a Jew. He's Jewish. Like if you say Jewish media, he would consider. Like I could see somebody like that being offended. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he's not controlling shit, but he kind of is a little bit, maybe, in the sense of like, he probably, like, he's a person that could like make a call about somebody, like, no. But he ain't the people that Kanye was talking about. But if you say Jewish media, like, okay, Howard Stern can be offended. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, and then the guy who was doing the podcast, he's got a podcast and he's Jewish. He's Jewish media. So I get it. But at the end of the day, to be naive about what Ye was talking about is foolish. It's just foolish. You know what I'm saying? So, black people have no reason to be mad at this dude. Like, y'all are just making up shit. Y'all are the same people. We are the same people who allowed the media to make Donald John Trump the face of racism. Who's the face of racism now? It's still Donald? Because I ain't seen him in a while. And it's still going on. So who's the face of it now? Like, what? People just will go with whatever's being said. Whatever they pump to you, you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, he's canceled. Oh, yeah, he said slavery was a choice. No, he did not. And at the end of the day, it was people who were staying when others were leaving. So at the end of the day, it wasn't no choice. But freedom was a choice. And it was an option. Let's just put it like that. Freedom was an option. So no, slavery wasn't no choice, but freedom was an option. You trying to say it wasn't? He never said slavery was a choice. He said freedom was an option. He said, it's no way that I would have stayed captive for 400 years. That's what he said. So don't tell me about the Atlantic slave trade. You got him. You captured him. He said he ain't staying. And I believe him. I don't think he would. He said it to me. He said, sound like it to me. I think he would escape. And I think a lot of the people that were mad at the comment wouldn't. So there you have it. We're not free now. You're not free to your... We don't even have a First Amendment. The very first one they came up with is the one that's attacked the most now. You can't say what you want to say. We're under rule. And I'm going to keep saying this. I don't care. Thanks to the Epsteins and the Weinsteins, you can't say the P word or the R word and get monetized, get your money. Yep. Saying it. I keep that. Give me another reason why you can't say it. Better than Weinstein. I don't think there is one. So, I'm going to just cut the video off. Because I'm right.